Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Receive compensation of at least $20 per hour at select stations, plus benefits, and a sign-on bonus of $1,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at amazon.com/driver. That's amazon.com/driver.
This is Conversate with Us with Chris Donovan and Evelyn Rivas.
This might be one of the first times that we've ever actually eaten while we're conversating.
In a while. Pre-COVID, we would be out eating at restaurants.
Very true.
Recording, but post-COVID, not so much.
No, it's so hard. But anyway.
There's two reasons.
We're eating today, and the reason we're eating today is only because we're inside our house, and I was really hungry, so I just made myself a quesadilla.
And I ate before she got home.
So he's actually not eating. I'm the only one eating.
But yeah, that's her go-to. She always goes to a quesadilla. Yesterday, oddly enough, she was making one with wieners in it.
You're just gonna jump. You're just gonna jump right in and not introduce and not say, "Hey, what's going on? We're back."
I thought you just did that.
No.
Oh, we're back. Season 7.
This is the way. We have decided, since you've been so loyal to us and asking to come back, we didn't mean to take a hiatus the way we did, but it had to happen because, and we'll get into that, but it had to happen. So now we're going to pretend this is a whole new season.
It is.
We intentionally stopped.
Well, I mean, our kids are in school, so we have a little more leeway during some days of the week. Like one.
Like one day of the week, yeah.
2 maybe. But yeah, we're back.
We're here. We're excited. I'm excited to be back. I have been dying to do this podcast.
Yeah, we've been talking to so many people over the last month because we've been traveling and stuff, which we'll get into. We'll get into that. I'm going to stop talking.
Okay, let's get back to food then. Okay.
Quesadilla with your wieners in it.
So here is what I was thinking about with my quesadilla while I was making it. Okay. You know, everybody has like a go-to food. Maybe when you're in a bind.
Beer.
Okay, that's not a food.
Oh.
But a go-to food when you need to like just eat something really quick, or it's right after you get home from work and you know, you still have other things to do and it's not quite dinner time sometimes. And it's just, you need like almost like a snack or like a tweener meal.
A tweener meal.
So
They prefer a middle-aged meal.
Well, no, they're still young.
Oh, okay.
And they're tiny. They're smaller. So here's the thing. So I noticed, and I've noticed this is my go-to almost every day. I make a low-carb quesadilla, like almost every day. And when we have hot dogs,
oh God,
I take a wiener and I cut it up and I put it in my quesadilla and I make a quesadilla wiener quesadilla. I don't know what to call it. A wiener quesadilla.
I don't know. Let's look on wiener.
A wiener dia.
That's not what it should be called.
It's a wiener dia.
But no, you didn't see the chicken in there that was left over from last night.
I did not. But I didn't. I also kind of was like, I think we were using it for dinner tonight, so I didn't want to.
I ate it for lunch.
Oh, whoops.
Oopsie, we'll get into that.
We're going to get into why that could be a problem later. Oh, no. Oh, wait till you hear this.
But anyway, yeah, your go-to is a quesadilla, and that's your son's also.
Oh, yeah, my son can eat quesadillas 3 times a day, 5 times a day maybe if we let him.
Yeah, he would turn into a cheese.
And I use the low-carb tortillas so I don't feel like I'm going crazy with my, carb load. But
they're not very Gouda.
They are Gouda. They're so good.
No, your also go-to would be like bean and cheese burritos if you were just to like drive through somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I'm driving through. But if you're home, I'm talking about home.
Okay.
When you come home and you're like, I just need to make something really quick that takes me 5 minutes and I could eat and I'm done.
Mine would be like frozen burritos if there were any left ever.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd even
That's boring. That's something that you make. There's nothing you make. I'm talking about like make something.
I'd make an egg with cheese on it. Make my Chris McMuffin.
Yeah, you do the Chris McMuffin quick.
Yeah, just an egg with a slice of cheese and then an English muffin. That's pretty quick.
Yeah,
I do that. That's my go-to in the mornings. Now that we have eggs plentiful.
What do you do in the afternoon when I'm not around?
I don't eat. I'm just kidding. No, I've been really diligent at trying to heat up leftovers, but also like frozen burritos are the easy things.
Frozen burrito are your thing,
or
okay.
That's about it. I don't have I'm boring as hell.
You did not think this through when we were talking about this pre-show.
I was like, I throw something in the microwave. That's my go-to because I'm freaking lazy.
Oh my God. Well, I'll spend the time real quick and like chop some cheese and throw it into the thing. And I do it right on top of our stove because we have one of those flat stove things.
Love it.
It's my favorite. And of course, when there's weenies, I add the weenies. But I was thinking about this earlier when I was a little kid, and I would come home from school. And back in that time, my mom and dad both worked. Back in the old days, I would always have to come home alone. I was a latchkey kid, just like with my brother. And I'd make us tortilla weenies, which is a step close to this quesadilla. What I would do is I would take the weenie, I'd put it directly on the burner, and I'd rotate it around. I mean, this is probably really dangerous for my maybe 6th grade hands, but
it was gas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so I'd roll it around.
You were rolling around on electric.
Basically, it was like I was barbecuing the weenie.
Inside.
Okay? I barbecued the weenie on the inside. Then I would take a tortilla and I'd put it on the burner and I'd roll it. And then I'd roll the weenie in the tortilla. Crunch. That was my after school snack.
Okay, now I want to explain to the people that can't see. She's actually using her hands to pretend she's rolling a weenie.
I'm rolling the weenie into the tortilla.
No, but you were doing that when you were saying you were rolling it onto the fire. Did you ever thought of putting a stick in it or something?
No, I usually would use a fork.
Okay. I was like, did
no,
you burn
I wasn't.
yourself
I
a lot?
was resourceful. I wasn't like just touching it with my hands, but that would be my go-to.
See, now ours when we were younger was just to take the skin off a potato and grab some salt and sprinkle it on a potato and start eating
raw?
it. Yeah.
A raw potato?
Straight up raw.
No.
Yeah, it was yummy. I'll eat a raw potato now. It's yummy.
No, I don't think I could do that.
Did you have a microwave?
No. Yeah, we were fancy.
Yeah. Did you ever microwave bologna?
No. That's
Don't.
a
So
really
disgusting.
white thing to do.
Bologna bowls.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so wait. So when you microwave it, it rolls into a bowl?
Like the outside's a little bit. It's weird because it shrinks in some parts, but not in the others. So where it shrinks is in the middle, and then it pulls the other sides up. So yes, it's like
because it's got the liner around the edge.
It's like an upside down sombrero or something. But yeah,
it's like a beanie.
We call them bologna bowls, and then
What would you put it in?
Cheese and put it on a piece of bread if we had bread or tortilla or something.
But then it's not a bowl anymore if you put it on bread.
Well, it's a tiny ass piece of bologna.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Person.
Well, we don't buy bologna for a reason here.
You know what I used to do as well. This was from my grandma. When we were younger. It's all tortilla based. So everything is with the tortilla. There's the theme of my life is tortillas. Oh yes, love tortillas.
Us too.
Yeah. I think that's just a go-to. It's so easy it's versatile, right? You can do anything with it. So we used to, warm the tortillas and then put butter on them.
Yeah, we did that.
And then just butter and then roll them up like that and just be like, oh yeah, butter tortilla.
Do you ever do honey on a tortilla?
Never did honey on a tortilla.
Just you don't even have to warm it up, really. It's kind of like a peanut butter and honey sandwich, but you just roll it up in a tortilla, or you can just do honey, or you can do it on bread, of course. But those were go-tos.
Dang. I never thought about that.
Because it was all just
honey.
like different combinations of things.
Well, and that's the whole thing. That's why when we open our restaurant, everything in a tortilla.
I thought we shopped names. That was horrible.
I didn't want to give them the real name.
Oh, that's right.
Because then they'll steal our concept.
That's right. No thieves allowed.
For all three of you that are listening right now, and my phone is going off.
See, I turned my phone on silent. You are unprofessional, young lady.
I'm sorry about that.
You want to get into it right now?
Yes, please.
Right now.
I'll go first.
Okay.
We had a pretty big book order from a charter school, which is kind of cool. Audio book order. Basically, they give us books, we read it, we put it together, we put it in Chime, and we send it back to them.
I think we were working on this last time we talked.
I think so, because it was a pretty big order. Almost done. 3 more books.
3 more books, and my voice is still intact.
Hey, I did some too.
Shocker.
We did some books too.
You
Thank very
did?
much.
You did do 2 books?
Thanks.
3. How many books did you do?
3.
Of how many?
What was your right now?
I'm just teasing you.
Whatever.
I'm just teasing you. My right now is we have a full house again.
We do. Everywhere you look.
Everywhere, it's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Yes, we are literally a full house. And it's kind of funny. We didn't expect it, and it kind of happened, and it's actually been kind of fun. So our good friends are kind of, I don't want to call, in between a place, because they're looking for a rental right now. So they're hanging out with us until they find their new spot. and like literally, I think they're going to live with us for like 6 months.
They might, yeah.
Yeah. So our house is kind of small, so it was at first a really crazy adventure, and now we've kind of got it down to like a little bit of a science in here.
Everybody's got their own schedules. Most people are out of the house by like 8.
Yeah, because of school. Both the kids, our friends' daughters, both go to school locally to us. They're around the same ages as our kids. It's pretty cool. So everybody gets along pretty great. Labor Day weekend was super fun, and the kids just swam the entire time. And we're a good match to live together, I think, at this point.
Yeah, we're not mad at each other.
No, so far so good.
Yeah.
And it's only been 2 weeks, but
But that was another reason we haven't been doing a show, because it kind of fell into our lap right when we got back from Chi-Town.
Yes, absolutely. And and I have to give Kristen, our friend, a big shout out, because we haven't cooked dinner at all since they moved in. So
that is the truth.
She has cooked. She has taken over the kitchen, and I'm not complaining. I am not complaining at all.
Yeah, no, it's been nice not to have to cook. It's just when I go in there, I don't know what to put on my plate.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm confused if I'm going to do it wrong sometimes. You know,
because she's got a plan. Oh, no, it goes like this.
Yeah, you got to build it a certain way, or no, let me make it. I'm not used to that. It's usually me doing all those things. So I go in there and I'm like, oh, I'll let everybody else go first, and I'll start looking at plates. Like, okay,
how's everybody doing this?
What's it look like? It's like me in a restaurant going, what do I want to order? That burrito looks good. It's got red and green sauce.
What I've noticed though about her meals is that you always turn everything into a bowl.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay low carbish.
It's you and your whatever bologna bowl back to the beginning.
No.
You just
I've
keep
upgraded
doing
to
it.
a real bowl, a lot bigger. But no bologna. I don't like bologna.
No, bologna's, we don't have that. That's banned in our house.
Yeah, it's not.
I actually kind of want to take a bite of one right now.
I don't know where you'd get one.
I don't either, but I don't remember what it tastes like.
It doesn't have taste, really.
No,
It's
it does. I remember it
leftover
having
meat.
taste.
It's leftover meat.
Well, it's like a hot dog then. Let me just take a bite of my quesadilla.
Yeah, actually, pretty much the same texture. It's just one's flat and one's not. One's in the shape of a wiener.
This quesadilla is good.
Okay, so yeah, we do have some people living with us. That's why we have been a little bit not here, because before our last show, I think my sister was here.
Yeah, my sister was here.
And that was when the kids were still on summer break.
I'm telling you, it was like a literal, every single week there was something crazy going on, even right before your sister got here.
Yeah,
it was. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at how full that calendar is. It's madness, I tell you.
Nationals,
Nationals,
Cassie's Dance Nationals, and then we had my sister, and then right after that, we left 2 days after my sister left to NYC, which was quite fun.
Oh my God! Can we talk about that?
Yes, let's talk about New York City.
Okay,
your first time.
It was, and it was one of the greatest times ever.
Yes, it was just the two of us.
Finally.
Yeah, we had we had one more. We had one extra night because I booked the wrong airline.
Oh yeah, tell that story. That was funny.
We did, I think.
Did we?
Sure.
We haven't done this show in so long. 7 years ago.
But yeah, no, we had 3 nights in Chicago. After 3 nights in New York. New York was a fun time. We didn't go to a show, but we did do.
We did
a couple
lot of
excursions. We went on top of the Rock.
Yes, we did that last though.
Yeah,
start in order.
I don't like order.
I know.
I was just saying the 3 things we did. We went on top of the Rock. We went on top World One Trade Center.
When we
and had
first
lunch.
got there, we were deliriously tired and we had no room to check into, so we got drunk. That was the first excursion we went on.
Well,
we went next door to an Irish bar
named St. Patty's, which couldn't have been any better.
No, and then we were like, okay, we're good buzzed now. Let's go find the Nintendo store.
Yeah, we did. We walked around aimlessly, stopping at a bar every so often.
And we went to the Nintendo store, kind of buzzed.
Hey, look, another Irish bar. Let's get a shot.
It was so fun, though. It was so fun.
It was. We ended up just seeing the city for a little while, went back, checked in, relaxed for a few,
went out.
Changed,
I think that night we
food,
just went to food and I went to Times Square.
and had a whole pizza.
Oh, that was later in the night, though.
You had a whole pizza order.
Oh, just me?
No,
Oh,
I
just
mean, you
me?
didn't know how to order. You're like, you want a whole one? They're like, are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting into. Okay, New York pizzas are obviously freaking monstrous. So I was like, yeah, we'll take a large because we're 2 large people and we want to eat large pizzas. And they're like, okay. And I should have known when that chick looked at me like that.
That was funny.
It wasn't even that expensive, too, for a large. I thought, okay, that's pretty good. So I ordered it. Oh, my God. And the lady brought it out to us, and she's like, okay, do you want me to help you with this? We're like, shut Shut up.
We're like, we're going to try to eat a little bit here. So I had, I think, 2 slices.
Yeah, I think I did. I tried to at least. Those slices were massive.
You just had one.
And then we were like, she goes, "Are you guys going to take that to go?" I go, "We have to.
Yeah.
There's no. We're not going to let this go to waste." So she's like, "I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up for you." We're like, "Oh my god!" So she literally was like treating us like kids.
She's like, "Don't hold this. No. Don't touch that. No.
She was just like that.
No. It was funny. She was very
She had
nice.
to get foil between like each slice because it's like greasy and.
And then I'm
my
leaving,
god!
and I'm like, "Where's the closest place to grab a beer before I get back to my hotel?" And she's like, "I can sell you a 6-pack."
And we're like, "You're the greatest.
I love you.
You're a goddess.
Pizza and beer. Oh my god,
you're the greatest."
We're in heaven. Oh wait, no, it cost $84. We're not in heaven. We're
Well,
in
after
hell.
the beer, after we added the beer.
No, the pizza was $60 on its own.
No,
it wasn't. I'm just being a smart ass.
It wasn't that expensive.
But
You
New York
barely
City is
remember that part.
expensive.
Yeah, no, New York is freaking crazy expensive.
We did end up finding one little pub called PJ's,
I
right
know.
off Park Avenue.
Oh, you're talking about after that.
I'm not in order here. I told you.
Yeah, you're going. I'm like lost where you're at.
No, but PJ's, yeah, off Park Avenue.
PJ's was so cool at Carnegie. I think it was
Yeah.
PJ's at Carnegie or something like that. That place was a total freaking vibe.
It was only about 17 to 25 seats, maybe in the
It
whole
was
thing.
so incredible.
Yeah, it was fun. The food was bomb too.
Oh my god,
sliders.
Great food. It wasn't that expensive.
No.
Which was the shocking part because it was on Park Avenue.
That's why
it
we
was
went
like
back.
right there where it's like Billionaire Row is where, and we ended up staying the next week. Which keep in mind we did not pay. All right, we had a timeshare.
We sat down
No.
for an hour and said no.
We said we're not going to buy more timeshare. Yeah, so we were the poor people on Park Avenue.
Hey, we weren't poor. We were living like kings.
We were living like kings with our 3 sliders.
Going to CVS to get our beer.
But do you remember what happened? When we were at Park? We were at PJ's. I think it was the last night we were in
Second
town,
night.
and it was like a commotion, and we were having so much fun, and we had no idea what was happening outside.
Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of cops and everything outside. Yeah,
Like literally, the cops converged on the bar. And we're like, what's going on? And our bartender, who was so dope, he was like such a cool guy.
He was a cool guy.
He was, taking shots with us. It was just such a cool vibe. And he's like, hold on. I'll come back and get another drink for you. Wait a second. And we're looking at him like, what happened? And we watch him go outside, and he's out there trying to defend his waitresses that are outside getting in fights with people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't their fault. It was the freaking patrons. They were so wasted.
they were being idiots. But after it all happened and it was done, he comes in and he's like, "Man, I need a shot now." And I'm like, "Oh well, we were just gonna close our tab, but we'll take another round
Okay,
of shots."
let's
and
go.
let's go. I don't think we ended up paying for those. I think he gave them to us on the house.
He did.
But
It
that was
was so
hilarious
funny.
because
Oh.
we're like, "Oh, that's happening right over there. Cool. Can I get another slider?"
We're not going to go outside right
No,
now
we're not.
because it looks a little dangerous over there.
There were a lot of cops though.
No, the cops were. It was Park Avenue. You think they were going to like roll up real quick, deep?
Well, they couldn't catch Kevin McAllister.
Okay, well, that was a different time.
Oh, yeah, it
different.
was.
That was a different decade.
Pre-COVID.
That was a different time.
But yeah, that was fun. We did that for 3 days.
We did. We also
Then
got to
went
go.
Chicago.
I'm not done with
Oh,
New
you're
York.
not done with New York yet? Okay, what New York? We got to go
Jeez,
to.
you just keep like going. I'm
Okay,
not
sorry.
ready.
Sorry.
You got me excited.
I know. I can see you bouncing around.
We
on the couch.
did, and I didn't even eat my food now. It's all cold now. I gotta go warm up my quesadilla with weenies. We went to Central Park.
Yes, we did. We went.
Central
on a
Park was like
walk.
one of my favorite things of the whole thing we did.
We got up at like 7, which is
Early.
It's 4 a.m. our time.
Especially early on the East Coast because we're West Coasters.
Yeah, so we got up really early. Went for a walk through the park. We found some of the really cool places you'd see in like movies.
Yes.
Like where people run through a tunnel through Central Park and stuff. We took
Home
some
Alone
pictures.
again.
Yeah. Well, almost every Avengers movie's been filmed in there.
Big Daddy.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Yeah, the
Big Daddy's.
Yeah.
We went to the Big Daddy spot.
Yeah, we found like there was another spot by water that was something else.
Yeah, it was
we were
really
looking
pretty.
it up on our phones, but
We were just looking. Yeah, we were just being all touristy. It was so great.
we covered about a third of the park. Found this boathouse, had breakfast.
And the breakfast was so good.
They were just sandwiches.
Yeah, and it was so I was like, oh, it might be too spendy in there, and we might not be dressed for it because we were dressed like we were going for a walk, not dressed up, but the restaurant part of it would have been too fancy for us. It wasn't open yet.
Nope.
So they had this whole outside thing. And if you've ever been to New York, you probably know what we're talking about. But it's this cute little just outdoor deli
sitting area.
vibe, whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their dogs and, it's really cool. And everybody's talking like New Yorkers. And it's so fun to listen to everybody.
It was at a convergence of where the road was kind of near, but a bunch of the paths kind of crossed
hit.
paths.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really, really cool because they served beer too.
They did.
I know, that was nice. Beer and breakfast. Oh, it was vacation. Shut up.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Top of the Rock maybe my second favorite. No, maybe my first favorite, and then
Central Park, your second?
Central Park maybe my second. And not that I didn't love the 9/11 thing and the One World and all that. That was so incredible.
It's heavy.
But it's heavy, and it's not that I loved it. I'm glad that was the only thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
The entire time before we even left, I was like, 9/11, got to happen, got to see that. And One World Trade Center was a beautiful, amazing, crazy view.
We went up to 102 stories and had lunch.
Yeah, that was cool too.
And enjoyed our little lunch looking around the bay. She saw the Statue of Liberty from there for the first time.
Yeah.
And Ellis Island
It
and all
was
that good
so
stuff.
teeny tiny from there.
And it's so teeny tiny when you walk up to it, too. So it's not really... The one thing we wanted to do, we didn't do was a Staten Island ferry.
Yeah, we were going to do that because they say that's actually the better way to see the Statue of Liberty for free.
And that's where Iron Man and Spider-Man were fighting Vulture. And
Yeah, that was
That's the
that was
ferry
what
that
that
cut
was
in
the
half.
next thing I was going to say.
I was just trying to get there before you.
Yeah, I was like going there, man.
I would
You
have been like,
beat me.
where are the marks where they burned through?
Oh, that's what I was gonna look for that.
No, you weren't.
I know.
Okay.
So, but
That's the whole thing. That's all I did in the whole trip. This is where Spider-Man did this. This over here is where Captain America.
Evelyn, take me to where Ghostbusters is.
Oh, which I didn't even know existed until you told me, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's the first place we're going.
My friend Pam told me, she's like, you got to take Chris to Ghostbusters.
It was so cool.
It was really cool.
You get off the subway, you walk out, and bam, it's there just like in the movie. You're like, it's exactly the same.
It's so funny too because we accidentally got off the subway there, and we're like, I don't think we're in the right spot, but it's fine. We'll just go up and we'll walk from here. And we turned to our left, and we're like, oh no, we found it.
We got it.
it's
there.
right. It's right there.
I think a lot of people did that when they came out of the subway there, just like us.
Crap.
That was
All the touristies.
That was cool because that's like a movie set that wasn't meant to be, but still is.
Yeah.
And it's like perfectly preserved. Apparently, someone lives upstairs and downstairs. When they have it open, it's kind of like an homage to the movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't open.
No, but that's okay. It was still really, really cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was yelling at them and banging on the door, so they probably were a little scared.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please don't do that again.
Well, I was like, "Where's Slimer? I want to see Slimer."
And then there was that one bar that we went to on our way back from One World. It was the little Mexican bar.
Yes.
And that guy that we could kind of not all the way understand because he had like a heavy accent, but it wasn't a Spanish accent. It was,
Cuban?
I think he was a Portuguese.
Okay.
And so it was a different kind of slang to me. Like he was speaking English, but so some of the words I wasn't picking up on, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy just talks really fast. I think that's what it is. Remember?
But we were also
no matter what, we all spoke the same language of tequila.
Yeah, right. Well, we were also in like a really cool borough, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was right. We walked from the fire station kind of that way.
Oh, we were in West Greenwich.
Greenwich Village.
Oh, and then Tribeca. We went to
was the other place.
Tribeca.
That's where I think was where we stopped at that restaurant.
That was probably where we were.
I think so. Yeah,
It was
some
dope.
Beautiful fucking places down
And
there.
we met these awesome girls.
We met lots of people.
Yeah, we did. I mean, like if you know Chris and I, we'll sit down and we'll just start talking to you. Well, what are you guys doing? These two Amazon workers sat down with us at that bar.
Yep.
If that sounds like a joke, two Amazon workers sat down with us at a bar.
One said,
Man, my back is hurting.
The other one says it just smiles.
I'm glad they have margaritas. I don't know.
That's a bad joke.
Either way, they sat down and they, we kind of said, "Oh, hi. Are you guys off work today now?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they have the best margaritas here. We love coming here after work. I'm like, "Oh, that's so awesome. Well, maybe I have to have a margarita now, right? It's happy hour."
Yep.
So I had a margarita with them, and then they were telling us stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was sitting there being my usual self, and I kind of thought to myself, going, "Wait, how the hell do they deliver in New York City?"
Yeah, what do they like? Are there trucks? Because we get trucks everywhere over here,
Dude,
right?
A golf cart? Like, what do you do? So I asked them. I go, "How the hell do you deliver in New York City?" They're like, "Carts. We have to walk back to the building every time."
I'm like, damn, you guys are keeping in shape like that.
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, and you want to know what's the worst? And we're like, what? And they go, people order the stupidest shit.
They could just go to the store and grab it real quick.
And they have a store like downstairs from their apartment, and they order it anyway on Amazon. I'm like, why? Do you know how heavy laundry detergent is?
and then we looked at each other and we're like,
damn, we're guilty of that.
We do that quite a bit. Not as much anymore because Instacart's prices went up a little bit.
But I think that if I was in New York, I would respect their
never go to
fact
the
that they're
store.
walking.
I'm not going to go to a third story Target to go buy my underwear. They could bring it to me. But yeah,
it was so funny.
They were really great.
They were so sweet. They were like just the coolest chicks. It was nice. It was fun. It's just everywhere we went, we just talked to people, and I felt like we made friends everywhere. It wasn't as mean as I thought. The mean streets of New York were going to be.
No, and you also thought the subway would be dirtier, but it wasn't.
No, just the rats were exactly like I thought they would be.
There.
Everywhere.
No, this was one of the first times I think in a long time that it's been just you and I.
Yeah.
And neither of us really worked a lot.
No.
I think I answered some emails and posted a few things.
I had a couple little things to do, but I got it done. It was like those days were like a real vacation.
Yeah, those 3 weeks.
Then it changed.
Yeah, we flew from New York to Chicago.
Where the party was turned up 5 notches.
Boy, were my arms tired. But no, we went to Morning Show Boot Camp out there, which is a radio conference for morning shows. Or honestly,
it's not just morning
anybody
shows.
Who wants to go and just meet awesome people that work in radio.
It's a great networking thing. And obviously I booked it before I knew I wasn't going to be on a morning show. But what the funny thing is even after I was moved to middays, they were like, well, we want you on a panel. And I was like, F yes, you do.
And still, she was on a panel.
I was on the women's forum.
And I took pictures of that panel.
And it was so sweet. It was very empowering. It was the whole discussion of our panel was about side hustles, like women's side hustles in radio. Mm-hmm. What do you do to make that extra money? Because when you get into radio, there's no money. So you have to, you work your way to getting money,
Yep.
But so I talked about you and I talked about what I did in the very beginning with DJing and voiceover commercials,
audiobook,
and then a lot about my volunteerism that has led to many other opportunities. So it was pretty cool. It was a really, really great conference. But the best part about the conference was just talking to everybody that's there.
We met a lot of really cool people. Mistress Carrie, that's her name, Mistress Carrie.
I was like, wait, yeah.
Purple
oh my
hair.
God,
she's awesome.
So freaking dope. And of course, we were there with Melissa Chase, she's one of our old friends from Jamaica. We met at a different radio thing.
And
Corey Dillon, who's become a really great friend of ours, who lives out here now in San Diego. And so the two of them were sharing a room, so we ended up partying with them the entire time, and finally got to meet a lot of people I hadn't met in person in a long time. And
Garrison's brother Elliot was
brother Elliot, who does a show as well in Atlanta. I mean, like, just all these wonderful, wonderful people that, like, it was the best part of these atmospheres is no one has an ego. It's all like everyone's just like, oh my God, where are you at? Where do you work? Da-da-da-da. And everyone's networking and communicating. And
you could look in there were 2 parties, one at the beginning, one at the very end, hosted by different companies. Mm-hmm. But you could see in the rooms, you could look around and be like, there's a New York morning show, there's a LA morning show, there's a Chicago morning show, there's a Seattle morning show.
But it wasn't just mornings, though.
I know, but then you'd be like, okay, well, that's the program director, this is the management team from here, and then everybody just talking and not. Yeah,
then there was a lot of interns too, like people that just wanted to get their foot in the door, talking to these people.
Oh yeah, people that just wanted to come to this conference, and then have podcasts or social media presence and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of social media, big with social media stuff. Yeah, it was really, really fun. My favorite part was the iHeart party the last night. That was so much fun. And it was just like it was open bar, which was crazy with radio people.
Chicago at the radio room.
At the radio room in Chicago, which was like the coolest setting. It was dope. Got a chance to like chat for a long time with Ryan Mano at Coast, and that was like such a great conversation. He had his girlfriend there, who's from Fontana. Yeah, let's go. And we hung out a lot with Shelly Brown from San Diego, and Chris Martinez, who's the producer Chris over at with Gina the Latina and Frankie V. Mm-hmm. Just so many great people that I don't ever get to interact with. Yeah. We got to like hang with, which was just the best. But the best part, separate from the conference.
Ruh-roh.
What do you think what it was?
Accidentally tripping and falling 5 feet under a Blue Angel. So what I'll explain is it was the last day of the conference. The panels in the afternoon we didn't necessarily care for. Plus we were hungry.
That's messed up. Don't say that.
Okay, sorry. We didn't necessarily care for. We were still hungry.
We played hooky.
No, we decided to go eat because we were hungry. Honestly, more than anything.
Yeah.
And so we went and we found that I've been there before, so I took Evelyn down to the Navy Pier.
Yes.
And I go, let's go to Harry Carey's. And she didn't know who that was at first, but I'm like, hey, Vin Scully, Dodgers? Yeah. Harry Carey, Cubs, back in the day.
Got it.
He's huge. Bars all over town, obviously.
Yeah, we saw a ton of them.
When I Googled Harry Carey, there was like 7 bars. I'm like, well, we're not walking to that one. But yeah, so we went there.
The one on the Navy Pier was cool.
And we just sat at the bar, grabbed a beer, had some appetizers. But while we were there was that weekend after we were leaving was an air show, and they just happened to be practicing for said air show.
Yeah.
And by practicing, I mean there was one jet over there and 5 Blue Angels over our head, as if that was this one jet by itself was coaching the Blue Angels how to keep in formation.
Yeah.
And they just kept doing loops over our head, lower and lower and lower.
I thought we were going to die at one point. Like, it was so scary because they are on you before you hear them.
Yes.
And then once they're over you, your whole entire guts shake. Like, your insides rattle, and I think your heart stops for half a second.
It might stop for a full second, honestly.
It was so intense. I screamed. Everyone at the bar screamed. It was just so
we were on a
freaking
patio
intense.
that was totally full of restaurant goers too.
Yeah.
So everybody screamed, and they're like, Now, if you saw my Instagram or whatever the heck I posted it on, you can see them off to the side a little bit. I got a good video of that going slow-mo. I couldn't get them going overhead because we didn't know when they were going by as fast.
It was so quick. You don't hear them because they, obviously are faster than sound.
Yeah, but I have
they are right there.
I have video of the smoke after they were going just 10 feet above our head.
Oh my God. It was like, 5 stories, maybe tops. I don't even know.
Cool.
I couldn't even tell you. It was so scary, but so incredible.
Yeah, we took a long lunch.
We were like, okay, as long as this is happening, we are not leaving this spot. We are in the prime spot. And the bartenders were telling us that the local tip is, if you really want to see the show without the big crowds, you go on Friday, because it's basically the same show. You're just not getting the water show because it's air and water. You're going to get almost the full air show minus the crowds that are going to happen on Saturday.
And they also said it's supposed to rain on Saturday, so they might not even have it.
So we got so lucky because the best weather was Friday. They were doing all the showing off.
And when we left on Saturday?
It was raining.
It was crying for us.
It was. Just like New York, when we left New York, it was crying for us. And it was crazy because it wasn't raining the entire time.
No, we had I think the best weather in both places of the whole summer.
They kept telling us, remember in New York, they kept going, you're so lucky you weren't here last week. Last week was oppressively hot and so gross and sticky. And we're like, yeah, we're really glad we weren't here last week.
Yeah, we did good, and we didn't mean to.
No, this was just timed out like how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, this was all supposed to happen at a certain time, and then anyway, that was fun.
It was such a great trip. Yes, it was intense.
And that was only 3 weeks ago.
I know.
You're welcome, and that was my gift to her like a couple years ago, but then COVID and all that garbage hit. So we finally got to do that. Morning Show Boot Camp was a gift to both of us because it's for business, and other than that, we had you went to a weekend concert.
I did. I went last weekend to the weekend concert.
And how was that? Better than 3 or 4 songs?
It was the greatest concert. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. It was Friday night. And I'm just so glad we didn't have Saturday tickets.
Apparently Saturday he went on stage for 2 or 3 songs, canceled in the middle of the
concert.
His voice went out.
His voice completely went out, which, if I'm going to be honest with you, he gave us everything on Friday night. So it makes sense. It was everybody that was there Friday has not one person complained. I've looked on the reviews. I've looked on everything. People are like, that was one of the best shows ever because he was him holding the crowd, didn't leave the stage the entire 2 hours. Dang. And just amazing. I mean, he was singing. You could hear him. It was his voice. There's so much to talk about with that concert. I might have to talk about it in another episode because so much happened.
Yeah.
It was Cassie's first concert.
And that's what I wanted to get to is like, I was finishing up books and I didn't want to go because I wanted to make sure that I had these things done. And I'm like, you know what? Just, like take Cassie.
Yeah.
And she's like, and when she found out, she started crying.
She cried.
She was so excited she gets to go. Then they're sending me pictures throughout the night and videos and stuff, and just to see the smile on her face.
She was so happy.
Oh my God, I died. And
then Cassie and I went to take a walk a few songs in, maybe about 5 or 6 songs in, because we had a very obnoxious drunk person in front of us.
Like usual?
It was not like usual. This was really bad. I mean, it was not normal. And we really were sure he was going to fall over and roll down the stairs, but Cassie was uncomfortable. She's 11. She's like, I don't want to be here. So I looked at her. We said, let's go for a walk. We went down. And when we got down, we found a great spot to stand and watch the concert a little closer, which was great.
Yeah.
An attendant walked over to us, thought we were getting in trouble. She said,
Evelyn's first thought.
So I'm always thinking I'm in trouble. She says, how many are in your group? And we said 2, because I thought it was just the 2 of us in trouble here. And then she said, it's true. Cassie, was it true? Yes. Yeah, we thought we were in trouble. And then she goes, okay. So she pulls out tickets. And then I'm like, well, actually, there's 4 of us. My daughter's up in the stands, and she goes, okay, hold on. Let me just see if I have enough altogether. And she pulls 4 tickets. We were in 523. Okay, that's the nosebleeds, but it was still super fun.
Yeah.
We went to 114. That is third row, 114.
So it's a little closer is what you're saying?
So what I'm saying is, because of his stage was all the way through the entire stadium.
Yeah.
We were 3 rows from the floor.
Which was perfect because I heard the back of the floor was hard to see from.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. We had friends that were actually in floor seats that were like, oh man, couldn't see as good. I was like, man, I'm sorry about that.
And then I got the picture of you guys down there of her face, and I almost cried because I was so happy for you guys.
We were so close after that. It was so great. Yeah. It was just one of those serendipitous moments, we were in the right place at the right time. It was supposed to happen. It was meant to be. Thank you, drunk dude. Thank you, drunk dude, for making us so uncomfortable. And I pray he got home okay, because if I'm going to be honest with you, we're not sure how he was going to walk down those stairs. We were like, they're going to have to get security for this guy.
Have you checked the internet to see if there's any viral video of a drunk man falling down the stairs with Sophie?
It was crazy because there was a lot of drunk people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but how do you get drunk there? It's so expensive.
Oh, pregame.
You got it. That's what it was.
Tailgate.
People were pre-gaming for sure.
Yeah, and then they go in thinking they have a lot of money to spend, and then they don't.
Yep, and then they just keep spending.
Yep. I've never done that before. All right, so thank you for listening.
Extended version since we had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, Chris_Donovan is my handle mostly everywhere. Evelyn Ariva is across all platforms.
Yeah, that's me.
And this is funner.com. You can find everything up there that we do. Cassie, you want to say anything before we go?
No.
Oh, really? That was really uneventful.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
We'll catch you later.
Conversate with us. Conversate with us.
Thank you for listening to Conversate with us.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.